Hello everyone. My name is Manuel Sauer. I'm from Samsa IT, and today's topic is ChatGPT Ask Your Odoo anything. The good point, I tell you upfront as a spoiler, is you can ask Odoo anything. The question is, will it understand you, and what will be the reply? That's the topic for today's talk. If you have any questions during the talk, you can scan this QR code and enter your questions online. So I will be answering them after the talk. Give you one more second and then start with the talk. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, today I have presented the following topics for you. The first is ChatGPT versus conventional chatbot. What's the difference? That's kind of the opener. And then we dive deeper into the topic, explaining more about employee and customer self-service. Basically, if you have employees, the employees can ask Odoo about anything like sales orders, delivery dates, things like that. And ChatGPT will give the answers, so you don't have to click into all the modules, get the information, you just basically ask the question. Same principle, but a bit different for the customer self-service. It's different because the customer, when asking questions, cannot have access to all the data in Odoo, obviously, but only restricted to the data he is allowed to see. In principle, I will show about asking questions, but not only asking questions, also telling Odoo things to do, like create a sales order. And also, we can use ChatGPT to get help on Odoo. For example, we don't know a certain thing, how it's done in Odoo, we ask ChatGPT and it will give the answers. Then I'll inform you a bit about the power, but also the limitations. So you will get an overview, okay, what can be done now, but what are the things that it cannot do at the moment. And the last thing is data protection. Your question might be, okay, you're showing a few things, how ChatGPT can do things. Are we allowed to do it? Or is there any issue with the data protection? Just to give you a brief information about my company. We are originally an SAP consulting company, but 2016 we came across a multifunctional system. So here I am, and what we do is basically try to have existing solutions. So we try to not implement many things, but have existing solutions from us and our partner network. And ChatGPT is one of the things that we provide. Okay. Here's a bit about information about our main customer base. It's about craftsmen, PV panels, trade, energy. But here we go to the deep dive presentation of ChatGPT now. A conventional chatbot would work as follows. First, it would ask, tell me the relevant order number, and then you would enter the order number. Then it would tell you, okay, what do you want? Delivery date, order confirmation. So it's like a predefined step-by-step approach where you can ask questions and get your reply. So here I say I want to have the delivery date, and it will give back the date. With ChatGPT, it's a bit more modern. You have one simple question, how can I help? And you will use natural language, plain text, tell me the order date of my latest order. And here you are, you get this information back. So, let's go into the live demo now. So, simply by asking, you can get information from the system. Okay, here we go. For example, we can say, list our 5 most recent orders. Okay. So we have the 5 most recent orders. Then we can go into more detail and ask, for example, a question like, what are the items in S29? Okay. Okay. So we have these 3 items in that sales order, and maybe we want to ask a question like, what is the cost? What is the cost and sales price of the large cabinet? Okay, you have cost and sales price. Okay. So, next thing is, you might just not ask a question about information in the Odoo system. You might also ask it to generate a report for you. So how does that look like? For example, we can say, show me a pie chart of our sales. Okay, that's a pretty simple test system, plain installed with Odoo test data, so there's not much in it, but you see how it goes to also generate the reports. Okay. Next example is customer support. Just to save a bit of time, I will skip the live demo for this one, because basically it's the very same as what I showed as the first example, chatting with Odoo. The only difference is that the customer needs to log in the customer portal and will not have access to all of the information in the system, but can only ask about, for example, sales orders that he has made and not of other customers. Okay, the next thing is we want to perform actions in Odoo, and we want to ask it to, for example, create a new sales order. Okay. Create a new order for Deco Addict. We bought a table, two chairs, and 5 cabinets. Okay. Okay, here the sales order is created. So let me open that in a new window. And you see here it was just now created, so it was nothing that I have prepared or something in the system. It was really created now on the fly. And yeah, it contains the items that I told it to put into the sales order. Okay. The next thing is, when you have any question about Odoo, you might also want to ask ChatGPT to help you with that. So, for example, you might ask a question like, how do I add a new customer in Odoo? Okay, so when you want to create a new customer, you navigate to the sales module, click on customers, click on the create button. Okay, that was too easy. So, for example, I have no access to contacts. What do I do then? So, I might ask, I do not have the contacts module, but I have the sales module. How? So, okay. Module. Okay. And now it will show you the procedure how you can create the contact if you only have the sales module but you don't have the contacts module regarding your access rights. Okay. The last one about importing data, I like it very much because importing of data, you can, for example, go to a web page of your customer, and from your customer you would take from the imprint the data, like address, like contact data, address, things like that, and you would say, I want to import this customer. What you cannot see here, good, is here you have a button, choose file. You could also have a list that you can upload as a text file, and ChatGPT would read it and then import the contacts. But in this case, I make it more simple so you can actually see the data that I'm entering. I'm just copy pasting this. I'm just copy pasting this from the website, and I click submit. Okay. Also here I want to show you that this is created online. So also here I go to the chatter to show you it was just created now on the fly, so that was not prepared. Just by entering this information in the chat, ChatGPT was able to create that contact. Okay, how about you go to our website here and you copy those employees from the website. Okay, I copy them and I tell them, okay, I want to import those employees. Okay, this time I show to you proof. I go here. Today I created this filter for records that I created today. I click enter. I click refresh. Today there was no employee created today. And now I paste the employees from the website. You see here lots of text. Submit. Okay. And let's check again. We have created the 4 employees. Okay. Let's talk a bit about the power and the limitations. I think the power is pretty obvious. You ask it a question, it gives it a reply. It's a really powerful tool. However, the limitation is that first of all, it needs training. So it's not possible you can just ask any question about any model. You need to define the model first, and you need to have a bit of a training for it to give good results. Otherwise, you will be just asking questions. You can ask anything, but the result will not be so good. But with the training, with making it available to certain modules, it will do. And also a restriction is at the moment, you need to go step by step. So if you have like 5 questions in one message, it's a bit too difficult, so we go step by step. One question, it will answer, then you go more detailed, it will answer, you go more detailed, it will answer. And also one limitation is that you really, really need to focus on preparing your question properly. If it doesn't have the context, if the information is too short, also it will not give the right results. But if you explain a bit what it really needs to do, then you can do many things with it. Then I have a bit, the section is wrong here, sorry for that. There is something I want to explain also about the data protection. In this example, ChatGPT has no access to Odoo whatsoever. That might be surprising because I was just chatting with ChatGPT and you saw that it will answer my questions with data that come from the Odoo system. But it's really, really important that ChatGPT has no access to Odoo whatsoever because of data protection. So what we do is we just take the question and give it to ChatGPT, and obviously the question is sent to ChatGPT. So if your employees, if your customers put in private data, well, they shouldn't do. But if they're just asking the question like, give me my recent orders, what is the sales price of this and that, the answer will come from our app directly to the website. It will not go to ChatGPT. So we are taking ChatGPT to kind of take the questions and make them available for Odoo. And the results we will not give back to ChatGPT. So with this approach, I checked with a lawyer if it's allowed and possible according to the data protection law to do that. And under certain conditions, like informing the customer, asking for approval that the information he gives will be sent, as I said, not the information that's coming from Odoo. So if you are explaining that properly, if you inform, then things like that can be done. Okay. So that's the end of my talk. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And also after the talk, I will be around, so you can ask me questions. And if you're interested in a demo, just send me an email, and you can see for yourself what it can do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So we already have a couple of questions. So if you're ready, we can start with those ones.
Yes.
Okay. First, is it the standard ChatGPT integration that we can find in Odoo 17?
No, that's a module that we implemented.
Well, I got it. Can it create any record? In any record? Of course, yes, we showed it. But is it configurable, and what are and how can we write in the configurations?
Well, in principle, it can work with any module, but for every module we need to prepare the things. Like if you just install the module and then do it, the answers will not be good. So it will need some training, and it will need some additional work from us as a partner to make it available. I predict that in the future that will not be necessary anymore, because we've been monitoring what can be done with ChatGPT, and it's like the speed of the evolvement, it's so high. So I think soon it will not be necessary to do much configurations, because ChatGPT even knows Odoo. But at the moment, as I said in the limitations, we need to do some training and we need to make the models available to it.
Okay. And maybe a bit linked to that, but there's a question saying, just to be clear, does this mean the information of the question is sent to ChatGPT, but not the info or the answer?
So the question obviously needs to be sent to ChatGPT. The answer is not sent to ChatGPT. And that's really, really important, because data protection for our clients, it's a really, really important matter. And usually when I talk to the clients, they would be concerned if ChatGPT could have access to Odoo. So at first customers were asking, okay, do I go to ChatGPT and enter my username and password and things like that? No, you don't enter any credentials of Odoo, because it doesn't have any access to Odoo. And also the reply, we will give it only to the user or the customer. We will give the reply not to ChatGPT. So to answer the question in brief, the question is sent to ChatGPT, but nothing else, only the question. And the important thing is you inform the client, inform your employees to not include private information, like bank number. You can ask, what is my bank number? No problem, the answer is not sent to ChatGPT. If you say, my bank number is DE12345, is it the correct one? You shouldn't do that, because that information in the question will go to ChatGPT.
Okay, so as long as you don't put private data into the ChatGPT system, there's no risk. Let's say it that way. Is it possible to generate complex reports between different models? And is it possible to create spreadsheets with ChatGPT?
Okay, regarding the reports, the chart generation at the moment is in a beta phase. That's a bit complicated, in particular joining multiple modules together. So that's an issue that we have at the moment. So what we do is, if you go like step by step in the questions to go more deeper into it, you will get the results. But also that's for sure a topic that we will be improving on in the near future.
So hopefully in the future. What are the dev requirements? Is it on Odoo SH, for example? Or?
No. We implemented it for Odoo 17. We can, like, if it's necessary, can downport it to earlier version. We will also upgrade it to version 18. There are no certain requirements. You can do it with community, you can do it with enterprise, you can do it on SH, how you like it. So there's no restriction on using.
Okay, so there's a question being written. Basically, it's what is the difference between the chat you present and the personalized ChatGPT? I guess that's already included in Odoo 17, for example.
Okay. Well, in Odoo 17, for example, you have a ChatGPT integration, and what it will do is, you can, for example, give it information about your website, and it will improve it, just like Fabien showed us today in the keynote. The difference with our app, you can ask question about the data in Odoo. So it's not just sending information to ChatGPT like improve my website, and you get back the text and you put it in, but you are asking question about your data in Odoo. That's the difference.
Okay, so with the website it will be the same. The website is external, so no link with it. Okay. Are there recurring costs?
Yes, you can basically license that module, and you can pay on a subscription base.
Okay, just reading again. So are you sending data to OpenAI or, for example, Azure AI?
For now, we have just implemented with ChatGPT. If there would be the requirement to use another artificial intelligence, we can do that. In particular, there are artificial intelligence that are kind of contained, so it would be even possible to send no data outside of your network at all, because the artificial intelligence, like kind of see it as a trained model, you will have it in your network, and this way we would not even send the questions out to ChatGPT. But for now we were not focusing on this one, because by explaining to the employees and the customers not to put in private data, just asking questions, and as I explained, the results don't go to ChatGPT, there was not a big need regarding data protection to do that, so we were using the ChatGPT for that. But long story, make it short, if there would be the requirement to use another artificial intelligence, we could do that as well.
Okay, that was very clear. Unfortunately, we're coming to an end before the next session. So if you have other questions, you have the information I can see on your last slide, and you have probably, or maybe a booth also somewhere at Odoo.
I'll be just waiting outside, and you can come around and ask me more questions.
And there you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.